Okay, here we are again. This will be the healing guide for A6 Savage. This fight is a pain in the ass, but with perseverance, you and your team will make it through just fine. Here is my disclaimer. The way we do this fight happened to work for us. Just because we did it does not mean you have to do it the way we did it. Every group will have different strategies, and this will you'll mostly see this on the Vortexer fight. When my original stack broke up, I was kind of transferring all over the place, trying to find a group I fit in well with. So I got to see a lot of different ways to do the Vortexer. Some ways, in my opinion, more efficient than others, but as long as you clear, that's all that matters. Once again, anything I say here is in my opinion. Other people might disagree. That is okay, that is their right. I don't care. So here we go. Alright, A6 Savage, you have your 4 robots. To start off, we have our warrior pole, and in every group I've been in, we've always had the warrior pole. And then the Dark Knight. I've only run a Paladin a couple of times. We'll take the rest of the robots, or pull the rest of the robots, because he has higher magic defense, such and such. So, start off here. Okay, here we are. We are going hippity hoppity. I threw a regen on him. That is all I did. Pop Cleric Sense. That is the only heal I'm going to pop right here. Just DPSing, just DPSing. Oh, this is one of those videos where I'm dumb. Alright, so this was pre-nerf when there was still 2 mines and there was only 1 mine. Alright, you have the Mirages drop down. As a note on these, I've had groups where we all line up and stack to bait the Mirages. For the most part, what I've found best and what I've seen work best and have done best is we just really kind of YOLO them, let them drop, and it's up to everybody to find their own little safe spot, or in this case, die. So in this video, because there was the 2 mines, I did have to cast a heal on him. In the newer version of the fight, you can throw regen up, and that regen should carry all the way over into when the 5 Mirages drop in the middle. Or it won't last that long, but that'll be the only healing you have to do. The rest of that time is sweet, sweet DPS. Okay. Just DPSing here. This is a good spot to artificially inflate your DPS. Now, if somebody dies at that first Mirage, it's not really that big of a deal. If anywhere, that's the spot you want somebody to die, if you have to have somebody die. Alright, I pop my mana, regen. They do a deployment tactics here. Throw up an AoE regen. I'm healing like mad here for some reason. Alright, we have 2 tanks. Now, normally I'd be DPSing right now. Spread out. Fuck you, duck. Alright, tethers. Tethers, arms up, you're facing away. Arms down, you're facing towards it. Up, up, and away. There, now I'm just healing through here, these last little bits. There we go. On to the next robot. Now he has these stacks, so he can outpull anyways. Alright, he's pulling. They're regen on him. If you're not as comfortable with this fight, the damage out here can be a little bit scary sometimes. Alright, so single fat barrel. It's a buster. Alright, just healing through. I've seen groups do 2 stacks, and I've seen groups do 1 stack, or 3 stacks. Alright, so double fat barrels, group soak. AoE regen, don't have to worry about much else.
Spear.
Alright, so 3 stacks are swapping.
Attach. Ewer.
Alright, double pointy ones, it's a bait. You have, it's going to be the closest and the furthest.
Attach.
Single pointy one, it does damage based on proximity, so get away. I wasn't really effectively healing these. Alright, orbs. Green orbs. The off tank has to hit. Small orbs, you have to destroy. Big orbs, you slow slash stun one. Coming through here, this is going to be raid wide damage.
Attach.
I use disable on the one because it does lower the potency. There's just this isn't that hard. There's just a lot going on because he's still doing his mechanics. He's still doing the brawler mechanics.
Attach. Attach.
All right, moving on to the third robot. Dark Knight pulls again. And he'll keep it for the entire duration. Big thing here is your highs and lows. If you're a PC player, there are triggers that will call out if you have to be on the high platform or the low platform. They are fantastic. I wouldn't rely on them.
Arrow.
Alright, so I'm on high, or I'm on low. And then you have enumeration. Between 2 to 4 dots will appear, and that's how many people have to be in that circle. All these little ads come out. This is something that either Living Dead, Hollow Ground, Home Gang,
Low.
low platform.
Spire.
This group, limit break them down. My current group does not limit break them down. We just AoE them down and then save our limit break for Vortexer. Alright, then you have big ads coming out. So you have one on each cardinal direction. You want to take those out. Alright, so purple is low, red is high.
Hot.
Bioarithmetics. Now, normally there's going to be 2 bioarithmetics there. And if your black mage is like most black mages I've worked with, they're not going to be in the safe spot. It's a curse. It seems to be a common thing. You always have to watch out for your black mages. Now this video is pre-nerf, so some of the damages you see coming out aren't going to be hitting as hard as they are now. Post-nerf, this fight is a bit of a joke almost. Alright, Vortex, so let's talk about this. Alright, as I said, so many different ways to be doing this fight. These markers, I've seen them all over this map. My current group pulls them over here on the opposite side. So basically, you're going to have lightning, you have electricity or lightning debuff, and you have a water debuff. 3 to 4 people have to soak the water, 2 people soak the lightning.
Balance.
In this group, we have the range stay away from the melee group for this first stack.
Fools. Flame Rothrin.
You have fire puddles, or you have puddles, and then you have AoE markers that come out. Those become important here in a second because the first water puddle is going to drop a tornado, and you have to use those to destroy that water tornado.
Fools.
Alright, so tornado's out. One of these ice balls has to freeze that tornado. They do expand.
6, 5, 4, 3,
Expired.
2, 1.
Bliss.
Alright, so that water tornado over there,
Flames Emnus.
it gets destroyed.
Please stop and see this
Alright, this is the knockback. You make sure you're in location to be knocked back with your group.
Howard.
And then coming up here, you have Ultra Flash coming up. Alright, so I heal the tank up, I do an AoE regen.
Bold.
Cap everybody off.
Come on!
Just keep going.
Our tank didn't get where he needed to be in time.
Bliss. Fools.
Thankfully, you can't hear the audio from this because I just cursed because he died. Alright, and then once you see that, you've seen the entire vortex rotation. It just repeats itself. Heal, AoE heal, big heals, repeat.
Balance.
This doesn't hit as hard as it did before, so there's not as much pressure to get everybody super topped off super right away. You have a lot more time, you have a lot more maneuverability in getting this done.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
The tank busters do kind of hurt, so that's something to watch out for.
Fools. Flames Emnus.
Now, when we stack up, I like to do collective unconsciousness with the regen, so that way going into this, everybody has 2 dots on them, or hots on them.
I got tied out there.
Expired.
We get behind.
Balance.
Now you see, because we used LB on the third robot, we're kind of behind. If you're having your tank take a Living Dead or use one of their invulnerabilities, you have time
Here's 2 pieces
to.
of good advice.
Okay,
Number 1,
we're
switch
gonna
to
get a guy.
Geico and you can save hundreds. Number 2, don't.
Okay. So, I don't know why that did that. Let's just do this for now. Alright, so that video ended a little bit early. All you missed was limit break going off, killing it, destroying it. If you don't use your limit break on the third robot, you can go into there and you're able to use a full 3-bar limit break fairly early into the vortex rotation. And then, depending on how your DPS is, you might have another 1 bar at the end of it. If your caster AoE damage is up on par, I recommend doing that. If not, and you're just trying to get past the third robot to work on your vortex rotations, then just pop your LB there until you learn the fight a little bit better to move forward with it. All in all, big thing, keep your regens up and trust your AoE regens to take the party up. A lot of the time, there's going to be group damage going out, and there's no other damage going out for quite a while. So an AoE regen pops everybody up, and you don't have to worry about them for a little bit. So that is the A6S guide. I hope y'all enjoyed it.